Hi, good evening or good night, and also good afternoon, maybe. So it really depends on where you are. So, first of all, self introduction. My name is Billy. So today with us, we also have Andrew here. So I guess like as an introduction and also like while waiting for the others to come, we can like briefly introduce like our universities to you. So today's session we will briefly like talk about like studying in Asia and also like how the student and also like the counselor or like parents can help to choose the right university for the student. So of course my name is Billy. I'm working in the Hong Kong University of Science and Technology. As you can see, like of course we are from Hong Kong, so like one of the center sport in Southeast Asia. So our university has been like doing very well in Asia and also globally. We are currently ranked number 34 among all the university in the world. So pass the time to Andrew to introduce Plain.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Anju. I am the Associate Director for Admissions Outreach at Flame University. We are a gorgeous campus in a beautiful valley near Pune, in Pune, and we are a liberal education university, which is often misunderstood for just doing art subjects. But this is a university which offers a very wide variety of subjects, right from your the humanities, social sciences, and computing and computing school. We have a computing school, which means students can study data science and computer science and subjects like these as well. And today, again, like I said, we were like Billy just mentioned, the idea is to give you a sense of what sort of criterias or things that you should be looking into a university. And we, since both of us are in Asian countries, so we'll be just talking more about those aspects.
All right, let's start. So of course I always like appreciate for the opportunity that of course like more university reps are here, so you will have like more insight from different university as well. So please keep your mind open and like enjoy the section today. So first of all, like the first thing that of course if you like a student or like a parent and also like a counselor to find a university, of course like the academics will be like the major part. So of course you are looking for quality of education and also like the most suitable program for you, right? So first of all, like the number will always come first. Like of course the ranking. So but then like just a reminder for you, there are like several rankings out there, the THE, the QS, and also like different ranking on the internet as well. So these are just numbers. Of course, it could be like a reference for you, like how the education are that quality, and also like how the teaching staff are there. But then like just to make sure that you will pick the most suitable program, and also university that suits you. And also you have to consider like whether the faculty or like the programs there are of your interest. If you want to do like engineering, is the university got like a strong engineering school, like the program are there. So please make sure that these kind of like hard fact actually is very transparent on every website. So please check it out. And then of course the qualification and requirements. So it really depends on what kind of qualification that you are taking. Say you're using the IB A level. I know the majority of you are Indian board exam takers. So please make sure that the university will recognize the qualification that you are taking and also like what kind of requirement that you have to meet. So these are like some very basic ones. But then last but not least, it will be like about money. So of course like money does matter, right? So make sure that if you are like an Indian student, so of course if you go for like an Indian university, it will be like the price will be different as like a non-local student coming say from to Hong Kong for education. So make sure that you check out the tuition fee and also the opportunity to grab as much scholarship as you can. So just for your information, of course, like every university will have a different scholarship scheme. So yeah, so I will pass the time to Andrew to talk about the environment part.
Absolutely. Thank you, Billy. So, since we're not just talking about our universities, these are just some examples that we're giving. So, I think it's very important to choose a university, based on certain aspects, and environment being the major thing. Environment doesn't mean only, just the college campus. You are a part of a society, whether you're at home in a school or when you go to a university in your country or any other country. that plays a very very important role. And I've been part of schools for last 15, 20 years. We've seen our alums go to a university. They were brilliant students, the course was absolutely brilliant, but you see them returning back after a year because they did not set into a social setup. So when we talk about environment, do your research well on what does that country mean. You may want to know what the diversity of student community is there, how well your country representation is in that particular university. And this goes especially for the Hong Kong University. For example, in India, again, India is a huge country, very very diverse. I mean, the northern part of the country is completely different to what southern part of the country is. So even in that case, to know the culture in the city, to have a check on how safe the place is for both uh, the men and the women. I'll call you as young men and young women. That's one. The second thing is the campus environment. This is something more related to the relationship that you share amongst the students of different diversity, but also the kind of relationship the students have with the faculty, because most of these campuses are residential in nature, so you do not have a separate society or community outside. Your life is pretty much revolved around the campus environment. Third thing is, please understand the way you study, read, write in a school. Uh, University expectations are very, very different. You write very differently and read differently and research differently in a university setup. So you must do your exercise of finding out what sort of a academic rigor is going to be there. You will, if you're really very very bright, strong student, you may be able to take the first jolt. But most of the students go all over the place. You have to adapt to the environmental change, and even Flame is 100% residential campus, so you need to settle down first. At the same time, academics is happening. Academics doesn't stop. It starts the very first day that you join the university. So you should be able to balance, and to balance you need the support of your peer mentors, the faculty and the facilities that are available. That's another check that you all must do. Also, I think for the university students, it's just not about what subject and course they're studying. They want a life. The university student life is to explore and go and find themselves. And there's so many times you become what you are today in career, especially the senior ones, which is connected to your experience outside of the class. Sometimes you find your passion by accident, by doing some activities, club related and research related stuff, which was beyond your classroom. So when we talk about environment, it is very essential that you do your check or homework with all these four components that are written on your on the slide. Over to you, Billy, for the next slide.
All right, thank you, Andrew. So of course, like environment are talking about like the hardware and also the software of the campus and also like the city vibe as well. So and then the next point, of course, that you have to consider is about the culture and also diversity. So as Andrew has mentioned, of course, you may find like some similarity and so like differences in culture. So it really depends on what kind of like city and also like the environment, the vibe that you want to have for your 4 years of college study. So I mean, like majority of the university provide like 4 years of study. So if you are thinking ahead, so whether you want to further your career in such like say internationalized like city like Hong Kong, or actually you want to go for like European or like other the state. So it really depends. The first step that you want to look for is like a diverse culture, or actually you want to embrace like or immerse it's like a similar culture as yours. So and then of course like if you are going for like a diverse environment, say of course you will want to make more friends around the world, so which will help you and benefit your further like career and also like help you to bond and also network across like city. And also the other part talking about like culture and diversity, one other point is like about the university value. So whether the university is like focuses on research or actually humanities and social science are a big part of it, it really depends whether you are really want to go through and go deep in one specific like area, or actually you want like a whole development throughout your journey in a university. So these are like some other things that you might consider talking about like culture and also diversity. So I will also pass the time back to Andrew to talk about the last part.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So now we the again coming back to knowing your university that you would be probably choosing and getting into. You have to know where do they come from, what are the trends that the university believes in. Is it a futuristic university? Do they are they forward thinking? Are they evolving? Because the industry is moving very very fast at a very fast pace, and when people say that there's a gap between the academia and the industry, and this is what I want to bring your attention to, that the universities have to be catching up with the trends of the industry by inculcating certain programs and certain changes in the teaching learning pedagogy, or revisiting their curriculum. That's one very important thing. So international standards, whether I speak for the Hong Kong university that Billy represents, or Flame University that I represent, international standards, when I say, comes from the vision of the university in terms of how well received their students are. For example, students from Flame University have gone into to their postgrad or masters, at Harvard, at Oxford, at the other very eminent universities around the world, which are most popular for the course choices that the students were interested in. So this is what I mean by international standard, that the transition from a particular university, you have to see that far, whether you as a product of the university that you're choosing, how well will you be accepted internationally. Because by the time you finish your undergraduation program, you will have certain different visions, certain different understanding, and you would be probably doing future studies. The other thing is the international experience of the faculty that comes in. How diverse is the faculty? Where do they come from? What are their backgrounds? So this is, again, I think both of us are very proud to say that both our universities do represent faculty which is represented from around the world, and which simply says that you get an experience, an international experience, right sitting in your classroom. You don't have to be physically visiting, go globe trotting. You by sitting in your classroom, you get that experience because of the good faculty. The third thing is most important, is approach to applications and admissions. They're all holistic in nature, where we are not looking only at your academic grades. Yes, academics is important, there's certain weightage given to that, but it is also your overall interest areas. What have you been doing outside of your classroom, outside of your school, outside of your family, outside of your city? You have to tell us who you are. Do you care about the environment? Who do you care for? I mean, we must hear that part in your applications. And this is exactly how most of the good international universities around the world look at their applicants. And the last one is about international education made affordable. This I can speak for India context. I mean, the fee that you pay here probably might be very very little to in comparison to a university which may be in US. So I mean, if you have a dream of having a quality education, you please look around, see what suits you the best. You have to have, it's not only that you have to plan for your university just in terms of your education, you have to also map it with your finance. And there are a lot of opportunities available in this area as well. So we just we probably taken our time. Bill, any last words from you, please?
Yeah, I guess like we have like an overall impression to let you know like how to choose like the right university, and also I will send out like some our links like for Flame University and also like for HKUST. Feel free to check out our admission website and also say hi and so like get to know more about our university in the booth. So we'll wait for you there.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. And Billy, it was so fun presenting with you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much,
sure.
Billy.
All right, nice meeting you all. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thank you, Anju and Billy.
Yeah.
Uh, Everyone will be available in the lounge if you
Okay.
have any more. Thank you for your session
All right.
for speaking to us.
Thanks,
So
Ishan.
have a
Bye-bye.
great evening, everyone. Take care.
Bye.